Hello there, welcome to TDN Africa Media. This is Breakfast with TDN. I am Sylvia John.
And I am Franklyn Williams.
The Breakfast Show is a current affairs program that comes up every Mondays to Fridays, 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. live in all of our social media platforms. So I know if you're not watching us on YouTube, you're watching us on Facebook.
In today's edition of the program, Dr. Samoa appoints his running mate. The ECSL extend time for the ID cards. Also, the Commonwealth commemorates their annual day. And also, the land minister warns citizens over encroaching state lands. All these and more we have for you in a program this morning.
We will go for a short break. We'll come back and continue chatting. Well, the ECSL vacates the last appointing date to collect the voter's ID card and has now resumed to another date, which has been sent to the 7th of April. These are the changes that are happening that was talked about. And yesterday, myself and my colleague who talked about it, how it was moved from December, is it to no, how it was moved to like March, and now it's another April. And I think we were talking about how some people will lose it, some people want it, some people have different use for it. But now we're seeing another changes, and election is just in the corner.
Yes, of course. Yesterday, we saw where in the ECSL issued out a public notice saying that there has been extension of the time for the issuing out of the ID cards, and now it has been referred to April. So we are waiting on that day for the collection of ID cards, as that ID cards will ensure you to vote.
And to say the least is like, so they put a date, and there's so many people excited to like collect the ID card, and they go to the office, or let me say they try to get it because people have uses for it apart from the elections, and people would like to have it in their custody before the elections, whether to keep it safe or whether to whatever. And we were saying some of us are not even excited for the ID card because the picture we took back then is one we don't want to see. It's something that we regret taking. Like myself, the picture I took for the voter's ID card, I wasn't feeling myself. It's not something that I would like to see. So I just really wish there was a redo so like I can go back and then take picture of myself again.
You know, that will not happen at the moment because they're
already pushing dates.
No,
so.
The ID card has been prepared. Maybe they are waiting for the appropriate time for them to be distributed to people because, you know, it's a nationwide thing. And they will have to go in the provinces and to the different locations that you took or you registered for your ID card.
Already there's something like a 2-month gap to the June 24th election, and postponing the collection date for the ID card to the 7th of April. That means it's just 1 month. People are really taking this
it's less than 1 month.
Well, exactly my point. So people are saying, is it that they're not prepared? What's going on? People are really thinking fishy and suspicious about the whole thing.
One thing I noticed, because they put out a notice a month ago saying that people should go and check for their current information, and you know that like snapshots we are taking, and most of these snapshots like they misrepresent people's faces and their names. We are not properly spelled, so that's why they issued that notice to people so that they will rectify these issues. And I guess these are some of the things that has been happening.
It has been happening, and I was also saying because this was a massive discussion that happened yesterday because it has recently been pushed to this March 17th, and now it's like, okay, so it's pushed again. It's happened to a family of mine, or should I say a friend of mine, wherein their ID card was not printed. They had to give her a paper to like vote. And on the day for the election, she wasn't able to vote. They said they are not taking that paper. So these are some of the complications why people really do need it earlier. You need to get it. You need to like secure your ID card. No, if you do not have an ID card now, maybe there are some steps that you should take, or maybe there are some things that you would do that would like just give you or earn you your vote to like just exercise your franchise.
Okay, and I think like we are all hoping, and yourself is hoping to vote, and you're waiting on your ID card. Same goes for me as well, because we need to exercise our franchise, because everyone that is above 18 has the right to vote.
Yes, although I'm 10.
It can't be. And moving away from that, after weeks of waiting for the pronouncement of the APC running mate, we saw wearing yesterday the flag bearer of the All People's Congress Party, Dr. Samoa Kamara, appointed Honorable Cherno Majuba as his running mate. Out of 5 women and 6 men who wanted to be the running mate of APC, Dr. Samoa Kamara picked Cherikoko, while Honorable Kamara was endorsed as the national campaign chairman for the 2023 June elections. For the past 3 weeks, we have been waiting for the pronouncement of this.
And we have. And
the name that we are on the mouths of citizens, of most especially members of the APC party, was eventually chosen to
and
be
this
the
is,
running mate.
I will continue to say this, when it comes to politics, you never know. There are many names. Well, last minute we saw one name drop down, like our former mayor. She said, okay, I'm going to run back for mayor. So that was like a disqualification. She couldn't be a running mate to like Samoa Kamara. So that was it for her. But I think the question that people are asking, or the question that people will like to ask, or just the question out there is, where does that leave Sheikh? Where does that leave him? Or should I say AKA Money Jagaban?
Well, we saw immediately after the pronouncement yesterday, he was live on Facebook, like he congratulated Honorable Cherikoko, and he also said that he will work with the APC party, and the only thing that he's interested in at the moment is for the APC party to regain power. And I think that was cool, because he was also vying for the same position, but eventually Honorable Cherikoko was chosen as the running mate. And he also put out a notice saying that he's congratulating Honorable Cherikoko because his Muslim brother, and also is trying to preach peace to his supporters, to stay calm. He's with the APC party, and they are ready for the 2023 June elections. And also, our reporters were on the street yesterday, and they sent in people's opinion concerning the running mate's appointment.
Auntie Wugi. Yeah. Auntie Wugi, we see you in the Yahoo form. What is the reason why making this Yahoo form?
Well, this Yahoo, because the party was there. Na mi man dey give, but na mi man dey give running mate. Mi man, na mi pikin na mi man, because na Samuel be married me. So right now today na Cherikoko na mi own pikin. I can't look me for me pikin. Cherikoko na mi own pikin. Samuel Kamara na mi man.
Say, how you feel for you know say you na Cherry Coco fan?
Yes.
Then Samoa Kamara don't choose Cherry Coco.
Yes.
So how you feel as a supporter for Cherry?
When me are glad, in and I me pick a glad all a glad it's a glad. I know sabi say for glad. Wasn't I late say for come because they me say the program not for right today. Because I don't grab today 4 o'clock. Now I don't grab for Kaya now. But they say the program not for right now, baby. Make I no can just by the camp. I for don't come today 4 o'clock set. I for don't there. They all for be meet me now. I glad because the gladness. Make I not sleep today all night. The gladness. Yes.
So if they expect this kind a result to come also today, for let Cherry Coco choose Samoa Kamara rather choose Cherry Coco, and you will see tough names them as well who want this position for running mate. So what is this now Cherry Coco? Samoa don't choose Cherry Coco. So if they expect this kind of result to get so today?
Yes. I will expect that. I will expect that. Because me that them two, but the one way don't kind on done. Because he ain't Jagabana there. I know say they forbidden day. But when the one don't come, I'm glad.
So you believe so with this team, maybe she will win the election?
When me, na God. Na God, yeah? Na God. That day when God get the answer, they mean I get the question, but na God get the answer. Don't understand? Because me not to nothing.
You say you not to nothing, so you not there for vote?
No, the vote. You know what I mean. Me not to. Me and God do not dey one side. They say, but man propose, God is supposed. That's what they say. Well.
Thank you for talking to me.
Yes, sir.
Hello and welcome to TDN Africa Media. You can tell family that your name.
My name is Fatima Tabangura.
Okay, Fatima Tabangura. Dr. Samura don't choose a running mate today. Yes. When I check your match, how you feel concerning?
I feel too good. I'm a mentor. I like and say I die. I like that Monday.
Okay, so since you don't choose, but you know, certain video go on social media like where they say Dr. Samura since you not choose a running mate where them be go get the flag be arashi. So people let me they talk say other they get like a competition. So what thing that you won't take concerning that?
Me, I mean, no must say like Cherry Coco no get rival. You know get hiccups, you know get rival. I mean, no say Samura Kamara na the man that the way they choose for we.
So like where you don't choose and so what thing that you won't take concerning that?
Hey, me as I tell you so, I just like the man. I'm happy for him for choose that man.
So what do you expect from Cherry Coco?
I expect Cherry Coco. I'm not gonna say another much for say because you can carry the cow na the water, but you know the force for the drink. But na the kind man one no say he dey prove himself. He go know what he really they try for know what he go do for Salo people like, because almost he know what you need.
Okay. So what thing go be your message out there to people since the election? What thing go be your message to citizens there out?
Me they tell me citizens at Sagalion. Today we don't put somebody, but today we don't put your man there. But me no say them people there they know they let we down. They're not going to ever let we down. Because this year what they do so. Not do for one person, you know, they are back what we choose so. If they make any measurement, say they go. Then they go. We're not there for compromise. Then say what we don't put so, what they dance for so. Anyone can make you quick, they go. And I don't know for tell the public. Tell the nation, Sierra Leone, then I don't get for talk.
Thank you for talking to TDN Africa Media.
Welcome back. Well, you had that view or opinions of people, and it was quite hilarious, especially the last video that we watched. Do not forget, if you want to watch the full clip, you will have to go to our page, TDN Africa Media, and then watch the full video of what the people say on the matter of Dr. Samura Kamara electing his running mate. It's hilarious. The woman said, even now that we have chosen them, if they do not perform, they will go.
Definitely, and that's got me smiling. And the first lady that was interviewed, she said that Dr. Samura Kamara is
Her husband.
Her husband. And
Later said,
Honorable Cherry Coco
it's
is
a
a son.
husband. No, well, she first said, they're my husband. And then he said, well, Dr. Samura Kamara first married me, so he's my son. It is hilarious to actually get what people have to say about some certain things. This is why you should really check out our program, Waiting the People Say, because it is all about you guys bringing your thoughts and opinions to our media house. Well, let's go for a break. Come back. Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, this is TDN Africa Media Breakfast Show.
And yesterday we saw wherein the Minister of Lands and Country Planning, Dr. Turad Senesi, warned people over the encroachment of state lands. He says that citizens who are bent on encouraging state lands, on encroaching state lands for their own personal use to deviate from such practices with immediate effect. To ascertain this, the minister, together with the local unit commander, Mr. Murana Eric Kamara, and the team comprising both the operations support divisions and officers from the anti-land grabbing unit, have made an unannounced check at the Kenema airfield and arrested some people that were involved in some illegal activities in and within the airfield itself, respectively. This came about with the evidence of an extreme encroachment in the national airfield in Kenema City by indigenes and other people of Kenema. The development has captured the attention of concerned citizens and other developmental-oriented citizens of Sierra Leone, who have severally commented and called on the presence of the government through the lands minister. The minister went on to say that arrests were made, and the people that were arrested will definitely serve as a precedent going forward. And this has been going on in the country wherein people has been encroaching on state lands, and people that are presently in that activity should desist from such. And
that is really the good of the people, because some of those cases are a call for like earthquake, landslide. Some people just move massively into one area, causing it to be populated, not densitized or anything. And this could really cause some natural disasters.
And this thing that happened in Kenema City, wherein it happened in the airfield, people have started encroaching on government lands, and it's a bad thing though, because the land belongs to government, and people are just grabbing lands as if like they are their own personal lands. And you can see it's still happening in Freetown, even though this happening.
It's happening everywhere, because people have this thought in their head that when you have a land, you've gotten something for life. Yes, it might be so. For the most part, it is so actually. But you have to do things the right way, because some of those lands are lands that are forbidden. So you do not know first of the reason why they said, okay, this land should not be touched, or this land belongs to this set of people. And then you just go and get yourself into troubles and problems. It doesn't make sense.
And another thing, if you want to purchase a particular land, you should make sure that you get your necessary documents ready, the appropriate one, and also you visit the land ministry for proper vetting of that particular land.
Yes, yes.
Maybe that land belongs to the government.
Exactly, because people are in this habit. This is not something that's strange to Sierra Leone. It has happened countless times. People will actually just meet someone else's land and then sell it to people. When we moved to Goderich, there were these people living on the beach, on the sand, literally. They're like this community. They set up the community and name it the Crabtown community. It's not the one at Lumley, it's the one at Goderich. And it started with just one person living there. And when any other person comes and they ask the person, oh, can I build here or something? That is how he became a landlord on the beach. Do you understand? On the beach. So it was like, because at one point, a bunch of like the army people, the people from the military, police, they went there and said, all of you guys should vacate. And they started to cry for help, saying they do not have anywhere to go, telling governments that places are hard to get. And there was a word, or should I say there was a statement made by one military personnel. He said, where did you come from before you leave here?
Exactly.
Because that is the ultimate question. Where did you come from? And when you ask most of them, they came from Makeni, they came from Kainlaon, they came from places that were vacant, that they own. And they come here. We get this. People move for like greener pastures, for better life, education, jobs. But let me say, 1/4 of the people there, they were just there.
And another thing I want to add is, at Fabi College, we are in the resident there, people have started in coaching. And some time ago, like they were removed, and they have started in coaching again in the land. And I'm seeing a particular space at the roundabout wherein they used to normally wash cars and all. And I've started seeing like people have building structures in that particular land. And that land is a state land. It belongs to the government. And you cannot be coaching on state land.
When you want to hear things about Sierra Leoneans, I would like you to go to elderly people, because there was an elderly person that told me that Salomon is stubborn.
Exactly.
They will do it again and again and again, countless time. They will do it. Even that space that the landslide happened the last time, people are now building that in that area, and they should not be building there. I mean, even if you're not told to stop, aren't you scared? Aren't you afraid?
You know, because it's natural disaster. You don't know, God forbids it, you don't know what will happen, because the government has put a strong restraint on that particular land.
Some people will not listen. Salomon, stubborn. Some people, you will have to like push them 1,000 times and they will come back stronger. They just believe that if I'm in this particular area and I live here, and no matter what, I do not go anywhere, they will like get tired or like just forget about you and say, well, and to be honest, this is how majority of the people in Sierra Leone like owning places now.
Exactly, without any proper
stubbornness. That is how they really own place. And now, and they will go to the Ministry of Lands and then be like, I have this land and this and that. And this is where the problem comes, because when you go to the Ministry of Lands, they will know that it is not your land, and they will tend to take it back.
Of course, because if, for example, I'm having a particular property and someone wants to come and buy that particular property, and it first of all needs a proper vetting or documentation to get ready, because you have to visit the Ministry of Land.
Yes.
You have to make sure that the land is authentic and it belongs to me. So that's another thing. Well, people are failing to do these kind of things or processes. People bribe.
And one thing that I think people forget is, even when a house is being built and it's for rent, there are some landlords that will tend to rent that one building to over 5 people.
Exactly, exactly.
And you're going to buy a land blindly. So let me just give you this one advice, because I have someone that's a surveyor. So these are the strategies on buying a land. First off, ask the neighbors around if they have seen someone come here, touch the land, walk in the land. That is also important,
Exactly.
yes. If they know the person that have it, do not ask one person, ask multiple people so you can like get their ideas and their opinions. When they say yes, if you say, okay, this is the owner I'm going to pay, then it's another problem.
And another thing, Sylvia, what about people that are outside Sierra Leone that are owning a land and they leave a particular person here, for example, a caretaker, to look over their property or their land for them. And they've gone overseas for like, let me say, 10, 15, 20 years. And without communicating with the caretaker, they left here, the caretaker will intend to sell that particular land, knowing that this man has gone for several years and we've been out of communication. But you very well know that that land does not belong to you, and you are left there to look after that land. And you cannot just wake up one morning and say, I'm going to sell someone's property without their consent.
This is, I think it's the same saying. There is no way a caretaker will have the documentation of a land.
They'll make one. So you see?
Making that is a lot of struggles because first off, it will cost you millions. And the fact that you're forging this thing, they will have to like backdate it. You're just causing like more problems for yourself. You're spending more.
That's
but yes,
how
it
people
happens.
Have been getting land lately.
It happens. And this is where it goes to like my second step in buying a land. You go to the Ministry of Lands and Survey. It's not far. It's as UE building. Just go there, check, acquire, say this land is so. You can get someone that you could talk to, and then they will actually follow you there and then say, do not do this, do not do that. Quite simple. But there's some things that are wrong and there's some things that are right. The part of someone or like a caretaker selling someone else's land that is in abroad, it is wrong.
It's very wrong.
So that is just a matter of what is wrong and what is right. But it is happening quite a lot. And some people abroad owning a land here, honestly, they do not come back. They tend to not come back. And this is why so many people have trust issues, because there are people abroad sending money in this country. Let me say they have a land to like let them build, let people build, and it eats the money. So you're leaving someone in your land. One
thing I want you to know, like it's the upbringing, like another thing, something that does not belong to you, you don't make it as if like you own that thing. Because if someone said, Franklyn, I want you to look after this particular property for me, I will be away for like 15 years, but I will be communicating from time to time.
But you did say the person lose communication, innit?
No, I said it. And most of these, like, they tend to like stay away, like trying not to disturb the landowners. Because as a caretaker, I will be someone that will be informing the owner of that particular land every day. But some, due to...
Every day?
It's like every day. You never know what will happen. Say, okay, today this thing happened, or every week, okay, this thing happened, and the next day, like, someone came in, they tried to check, and we received people from the land ministry saying we need to do our documentation again, renew our documentation. So I think like that would be the position of me, and I'll be informing the landowner.
Yes, I get what you're saying. I get the point where you're coming from, and yes, it is true. But well, we want to commend the man for like going to say stay off this land, but we know it's not going to happen. When it comes to Sierra Leoneans, you can only hope after warning them. You can only hope that they really stay off, because this is not a them say thing. I've lived in it where right in front of me, people have been like pushed out of our space, but they do come back and they live in that same place despite being warned, despite being threatened. They will come back and do the same thing. So we can only hope that they really stay off. And some of these advices that are being given to you is not that Sierra Leoneans are wicked or the people in charge are wicked. they're doing it for your own good.
Exactly.
They are just trying to protect you in most cases. Because let's be honest, the reason why there's a high crime rate in Sierra Leone, the reason why there are lots of shortage in so many things in Freetown in particular, even the crime rate in Freetown in particular, the reason why so many things is happening in Freetown in particular, less than the districts or the up countries, is because Freetown is densely populated. The majority of the population is in Freetown. So this is the reason why. And sometimes the main reason why they tend to say, okay, you guys should leave this land, you do not know what they have seen that will be coming, because there are professionals who like take a look at the land and say, oh, this is not ready for this yet, this is not ready for that yet, or like people are too many here. If they do not vacate now, in years to come, this and this will happen. So we really do hope that warning was something that you could take with you. And
people were arrested, and the minister said that they will serve as a precedent. Because
this is the thing, people are stubborn. No matter, people are stubborn. We just really hope that sometimes all you need to do is when someone talks to you, listen and just avoid the violent area. Because right now, a lot of things that I see is if a lot of violence is being committed or it's been happening, but they tend to remove you. Just go and wait. Maybe when you relax, you could come back. But why would you want that for yourself? I mean, that is days wasted of your time.
Of course.
Anyways, moving on. Yesterday, it was a Commonwealth Day. It was celebrated. As we know, the Commonwealth consists of 56 different countries, 21 of which are African countries. Forging a sustainable and peaceful common future was the theme of this year's Commonwealth Day, which was marked yesterday. There were lots of celebrations by different, because this is the thing, Commonwealth, they have their aims, their objectives, they know what they're doing, they have like their rulings and stuff. So there were several celebrations, most of which you see a lot of people carrying their flags. Sierra Leonean, we are part of the Commonwealth of Nations, yes. We are a proud member of the Commonwealth. So this picture, let me just give you a rundown, because the Commonwealth service is held at the Westminster Abbey in London, England, on the second Monday of March each year. The second Monday, it's all like, so we know there are days, like you could say the first Sunday, because I think that's popular, right? So you can say the first Sunday, the second Sunday in a month. So that is what it means, the second Monday in March each year. It is the first time that the Commonwealth Day has been celebrated since the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, and it's the first since the overtaking of King Charles III as the king and the health of the Commonwealth. Like I said, out of the 26 countries that makes up the Commonwealth, 21 of which are African nations. The Commonwealth roots go back to the British Empire, but today any country can join the modern Commonwealth. I mean, it is progress, because anywhere you stand and then you talk about Commonwealth, people are like, okay, it's a good thing. There are many times that Sierra Leone have been in like disaster. There has been Ebola, there's been COVID, there has been some water or like flooding issues. There have been massive like fire incidents. There was this fire explosion at Kalbatong in it. There are many issues that we see Commonwealth comes in and say, we will help you, because these are people that live by obligations. They have like rules also and regulations. And not only that, you forgot something, like they also give out scholarship, a Commonwealth scholarship to the members. Yes. So this is literally a thing. It's like having a friendship, and we are actually good friends with them. because they do not say, okay, you are less or underpopulated country,
Exactly.
whether you're whether you're underdeveloped, whether you are fully developed, whether you're a first-class country, you can join the Commonwealth organization, except you have to like follow the rules and regulations.
The Commonwealth consists of speaking countries, English-speaking countries, because like we have 21 countries in Africa that
Yes.
are part of the Commonwealth, and my country, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, Ghana, they are all parts of the Commonwealth.
Yes.
And even though like you have few countries that are actually English-speaking countries that are not part of the Commonwealth because they chose not to be part of it, but I don't know for them. But I'm proud of being a Sierra Leonean, and I'm proud of saying that my country is part of the Commonwealth, and they have been helping Sierra Leoneans massively, because if you are being given a Commonwealth scholarship, like it caters for your entire tuition fee, and you will also have a stipend and most of other facilities, because we've seen wherein we have natural disaster and they have been helping. And I think that's a plus of being in a relationship with this kind of organization.
Yes, because they have like one aim to maintain peace and conflict between everybody, to help one another. That's why I said it's like a friendship. When you have a friend and then in times of their needs, you come and help. And they have done that several times in several cases.
Yeah.
And we've actually gotten pictures from meetings, because they also have this regular meetings that we see. It's been represented by the president. There was a time that it was represented by our first lady. Yeah. There are times that all these changes happens, and then representation, people just represent, different people represent our country or like different countries. So it is not a surprise. It is actually a win.
And also in times of trying to put and gather their member countries together, they have their social ways of doing that. And one way of doing that is by organizing the Commonwealth Games. Like this Commonwealth Games comprises of member nations coming together, representing their own country doing sports. Because the last Commonwealth Games, Sierra Leone was part of it, and major member nations were also part of it. So I think that's one of the ways they have been helpful.
Yes, that is all true, and it is about Commonwealth. Well, it was yesterday and people had lots of fun. There were enough to like party, eat and drink, and there was a sweeping welcome from the now King Charles III of England. Okay. And the celebration itself was a success. Okay. Let's go for a music break, come back.
music exclusive brothers. MP Sounds.
Home, sweet home, come back home, come back to Africa. Home, sweet home, come back home, come back to Africa.
Greetings, family. I am in Sierra Leone and have successfully obtained citizenship with the help of African ancestry.
Welcome back from that break. I know you won't be joining us now, but just in case you are joining us right now, this is the breakfast show with TDN Africa Media. Do not forget that this program comes up every Mondays to Fridays, 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. live in our social media platforms. So I know that if you're not watching us on Facebook, then you're watching us on YouTube. Do not forget to leave your thoughts and opinions on the comment section. You can subscribe, send likes, so we know you're getting us, we're getting the feedbacks. And do not forget to share, because this is an information that you should not keep by yourself. So many things have been discussed here, both educative and I want to say entertaining.
Entertaining, yeah.
And that should not be kept to yourself. So you can try to like share it to your friends and your family, to people, so they get to see what you get to see.
Exactly.
So there has been this major incident or misunderstanding between the Lebanese people and the Sierra Leonean people. So 5 people, it was reported that I think it's 7 or 5, okay, it's 7 people died due to a gasoline incident. There was this massive gas explosion that was said. I will say it was said because one of their members took to social media and said that, well, this is not how it really happens, even though it was a gas incident, that they said it's a gas incident. Nothing was burnt down, it's just a door and the bodies. So she had that to say, but it was reported, or it was said, should I say, that it's a gas explosion incident, and 7 Sierra Leonean women lost their lives and they were buried. There are lots of videos going around. There are videos that we cannot really bring to your screen, but yes, this is something that you can like shut up. It's in, I'm sure now when you want to vent your anger, a lot of things you do is just go to social media, TikTok. So let's get what one of the person in Lebanon that they work together, or like friends of the dead people, have to say about this this incident.
Yeah, on a good evening, wherever you find yourself. Somebody asked me, say what happened. I did sleep by this 5 o'clock. My grandpicking called me because I be so tired yesterday. He called me more than 3 times, not picking call, so he decided for gonna host to me. And go knock me. Grandpa, I say, what happened? They knock serious one. I say, what happened? Tell me, see, Zainab don't die. I say, what happened, Zainab? I say, me and then this year, we seen her that one. He say, yes. They just called me this morning and they tell me, see, Zainab don't die. So we not be even take and see yourself. Me and we got people, they go and talk. I say, maybe na prank, they prank. I solo go check first na Zainab. So go check na Zainab and please, Zainab no did it. So they say, then go to his sister. So decide back for call his sister, but his sister not be the online. Now Solo go say his sister they leave. So go to the place, then tell we say na gas accident. We go to the place. Gas inside the room, na the gas thing. Clothes no burn, bed no burn, shoes no burn, nothing no burn. Like seriously, gas accident. Now the donor more na dey the gas dey. How comes when I inside the gas dey, they tell say fire accident, we not able to see nothing like fire sign. 7th floor. Na in the place get 7th floor. The 3 no more na inborn with the 7. How comes outside with black sisters and they with Sierra Leone sisters and then they not na that place they no more born. How comes now with that side they for born? How comes Lebanese and then at the place, Syrians and then at the place, nobody no help we, everybody they cry for help, nobody no help. We really need justice for we sisters then. We really need justice.
Well, that was it from a Sierra Leonean sister in Lebanon. So these are sets of people that go to Lebanon to like work for the Lebanese people. And they're saying they're not having any call for help. They are saying they're not having any assistance happening. So they did a protest outside of the Arab Bank where they wear black for their sisters because they were in mourning. So they were just doing some little protest. Let us get that.
We there right now at the place right now. We there right now at the place. We there right now at the place. We there at the bank right now.
Oh well, that was sad.
Sierra Leoneans
That was sad.
in Lebanon saying they need justice.
That is all they could ask for at this moment. But it was sad to have like 7 people died just like that. And the thing is, when things like that has happened, especially when it comes to cases of death, you know it has reached the climax of everything. They're asking for help. Help them. I really don't know how this could be handled, but there is help, cry for help, and we really do hope that the government will help them.
Come to their head.
Because yesterday it was said that the people in Sierra Leone, there are a bunch of people, or let me just say the families of those people tend to like set this race of violence. If they see any Lebanese person, they're going to attack that person and so on. But then the people there sent an audio saying, if you guys do that, we're here. And we're actually living in the homes of some of these people. So if you do that, God knows what is going to happen to us. We're in their country.
Of course.
So you guys should just cease and abstain from violence, and like we will get to settle this matter. Well, let us take the video of the people that died, because there were 7 of them, just women. Let's have that.
If tears could bring you back, I'll cry you a river.
Well, that was that, and we really want to send our sympathy to the family of the deceased. It is never an easy thing to like lose someone, especially they leave their country to go for like a greener pastures. This is the one saying that has actually spread people across the world. And it is sad because you're going there not expecting to die in another man's country. You're just going there to help your family and yourself. So please accept our condolences.
Well, This is how we draw the curtains down of today's breakfast show. And thanks for joining us. And we hope that tomorrow you will tune in again for another special edition of the program. We've been your presenters. I am Franklyn Williams.
And I am Sylvia John. Have a blessed week. Do not forget to tune in, like, and subscribe to our different channels.